Today we're going to be talking about one of the professionals that you need to have in your team. And it is almost the most important and the one that you probably be in touch with the most. So that's realtors. So let's talk about that and see how we can select one as a real estate investor. As a single professional, I had debt and no savings after my divorce. I always wonder how I can start investing in real estate to secure my future. I studied programs that gave me all the benefits of investing in real estate. Some claim I could start with no money, but I could not find one that gave me the practical, actionable steps I needed. As a wealth advisor, I've met people that own real estate but weren't ahead financially. They were rich, but they weren't wealthy. Then I finally realized that there was one vital component missing that makes someone become wealthy or not. And on the show, I will reveal what I found and give you the step-by-step actions to start investing in real estate and increase your wealth. My name is Araceli. Let's get started. As a real estate investor, one of the best allies and friends that you can have, it's a realtor. But not any realtor would do. So when I started as a real estate investor, I found out very quickly that you need to have certain qualities in a realtor that is going to help you find the properties that are going to be cash flowing, that they are going to be the right flips. And you need to have and speak the same language, because a regular realtor that we do just a transaction to sell a property to somebody that is going to live in it does not have the same skills. So I have put a presentation and some of the questions that you need to ask a realtor. So let me go get it and I will see you soon. There we go. Let's talk about realtors. When you're starting to analyze areas, your best ally will always be a realtor, but not any realtor will do. So your job is to sift through them all until you find the one that is willing to work with you and help you meet your goals. Here in the Toronto area where I live, we have so many realtors. I bet that any person that buys a house buys it from a different realtor. There's very few that are doing it full time. I don't know why. I think it's the biggest city and the only city that has that many realtors. That's why it's so important to work in anywhere that you are to make sure that you are finding the right one for you. So what we're gonna see today is what skills you need in realtors and what questions to ask them so you can start finding the right one for you. So the first thing that you want to know is their area knowledge. You want a realtor that helps you decide on the area. When you're new to the area knowledge that you want to seek from a realtor, it's very important. You want a realtor that helps you decide on the area you want to invest in. Someone that knows about upcoming development, projects, zoning, ordinance changes, and amenities and attractions in the area. They need to be familiar with the area's major employers, local schools, newest shopping and dining areas, and public transportation. They can identify submarkets. These are smaller areas within your local market that can include the next neighborhood that is likely to pop for investors by researching the neighborhoods in your market that allows short-term rentals and have the highest rent-to-value ratio. This is just the most important thing, because sometimes I have got tips from realtors about this upcoming area. They make you sometimes aware of what is coming up, and then you can start doing your own research about what is happening. That is actually one of the reasons why I decided to start investing in the east side of Cleveland. I was told many times by many investors never to invest in the east. And one day I started talking to a realtor And he said, well, there's lots of areas that I can show you that they're really good, and so on. And then I started to look into it. But before then, I just didn't want to go into the east side, it was kind of a mistake because there is a lot of areas there that are so perfect for investing. So that's why you want to have a realtor that is going to help you decide, especially if you're new to the area. The next thing that you want is you want a realtor that knows how to spot a good deal. And they will show you how two similar properties, one will have a much better cap rate than another. And that is very, very important because they can give you some tips about the area. Maybe the taxes are more expensive. I don't know, right? And nothing is really more frustrating than an agent who sends you a deal or a property that doesn't make any sense. It's a waste of time. So you want them to use the same language that you use. They gotta be looking for that. So because a realtor that works with investors, he or she may take the time to do some basic research on the property. For example, in buy and hold, the realtor will estimate the cash flow and cash on cash return of the deal before presenting it to you. The more relevant information you can get from a realtor, it will save you a lot of time and effort. If they can even tell you, you can get this much for rent, then you have an idea more or less if that property is going to work for you or not. The next thing is they're going to help you with the ARV, or the after repair value. This is so important when you're doing fix and flips, because you don't want to go into an area and then think that you're buying for a discounted price and thinking that you're going to be able to sell for a certain amount of money, and then you are surprised that you're not going to be able to get that kind of money. So the same, if you're new to the area, the help of an experienced realtor will help decide on ARV. Some areas are so granular that you really want to have an expert eye to tell you what it's going to go for. And this, of course, is going to give you an edge when you're buying a property, because if some people think that that area is not that good and they just don't want to invest, and you invest in that area and you're able to sell that property for a lot more, that is the little edge. There's certain areas that they are gentrifying, and that the ARV is very different. And because everything is starting to be renovated in the same area, by the time you finish your fix and flip, this property will be a lot more, it will appreciate a lot more, and then you'll be able to sell it for a different price. And that is actually what happened in one of my properties. I had, this was a relatively new area. It was just a little outside of where I used to buy. And I wasn't aware that it was a little bit more of a suburb, which it actually ended up being really good. So the realtor suggested a price, and I thought, I was like, oh, I don't think I can sell it for that much. And he says, just let me try it. And he put the house for sale, and yep, there it is. We actually got the money. And I was like, wow, this is great. Like, I wouldn't have put the price as much as he did, but we got it. So that's exactly the value that you can get from a good realtor. Now, you want this person to be a connector. If your realtor is an investor and has been in the business for a while, he will be a source of reliable connections that can help make your transactions easier. This would be the initial point of contact if you are analyzing an area. And if your realtor has been in the business for a while, they will be able to help you. Even if they are not an investor, which is, I will prefer that. But even if they're not, like if you're talking to different people, try to get as many people as they know. Do you know a good accountant? Do you know a good lawyer? How do you do your transactions? What kind of title company do you use? And so on. So you can start getting those connections, even though you may not hire them, but just ask, who do you know that can help me here? The next thing is he should be able to find off-market properties. Only good realtors are able to do this. So a realtor that is a go-getter will have several ways to market, and some of them have a way to be in touch with people that are having financial difficulties and are willing to sell the property without listing it. They are called pocket listings, and you will be made aware of it before any other buyer does. And this is how you can get even better deals if you can work out something with the realtor before it goes into the MLS. You want your realtor to know and to give you a little bit of an idea of what is it going to take to repair the property. If they know how to estimate the repairs, it could be a good source of advice in how to make changes to an existing property, or point out some repairs that could be costly and they might not be as easily seen in the property. The last realtor that I worked with, he actually came in before we even started renovations, and he had good suggestions and said, if you open up this wall, it's gonna make the kitchen look bigger. Even to the point that he went to suggest some colors in the bathroom and so on. So it could be a really good idea to have somebody just to look at the property before. And as I said before, as soon as you acquire the property, no matter what condition it is or how long it's going to take you to do the repair, contact your realtor right away to find out what the ARV is going to be, and if they could give you some ideas of what is popular in the area that people are looking for and that sell houses the most. So what happens when you start meeting realtors? So you're going to be looking at using some of your superpowers or some of the skills of communication, and you will have to kiss many frogs before you find the ideal realtor, that's for sure. So here are some of the questions that you can, if you can use them to get started. Of course, you can add questions to this. It will get a lot easier, but these are some of the most important things that you want to ask somebody that you want to work with. The first one is, are you an investor? That is the number one thing I look for a realtor, is to know if they are investors themselves. If they are, they will be looking at the property the same way that an investor does. A realtor that deals only with the final user of the property is only a salesperson, and it is not going to give you the insights you need when you're looking for properties. The next question is, how long have you been in business? Well, that is pretty obvious one, but you want to know that they have been in the area working for at least 2 to 3 years. And if they have been in business for that long, then you know that they have a little bit of experience, and also see what is their willingness to work with you. The next one is, how many clients are you currently working with? Well, this is not a possible way to tell how many buyers an agent can handle effectively. Look out for numbers that are too high. So if an agent is working with 20 people, well, you know that that's probably not good, or maybe he is really good, but his time is going to be divided, and that means that you're not going to get a lot of his attention, and he might have some delay in answering your messages and questions as well. So the next one, are your clients mostly buyers or sellers? This is kind of an important one. Because if you have somebody that is just specialized in working with buyers, they might not be the right person to help you sell the property that you're there, but they might be good ones to find new properties for you. So that is what is important to know. You may end up working with two different realtors, one that sends you leads and that can help you acquire properties, and then you can work with another one that it just has a really good marketing that can't go out there and sell your property really quick. That's the last realtor that I got. It's fantastic. Like, he sold my properties so quick, and he started actually promoting it even before I finished the renovation. The next question is, do you work alone or with a team? This is important because if they are by themselves, you know that they're going to be sharing the time and, going out with other realtors or investors or buyers. So you know that they're not going to have a dedicated time for you. But if they do have a team, then if you cannot reach them, then there's always a way to find the answer that you're looking for. And the last one, which is usually pretty standard, but you want to make sure that what is your commission in terms of contract. When you're an investor, you really don't want to be having a contract for the long term with a specific realtor. That makes it very difficult. And even when I am dealing with new realtors, I am very clear from the beginning that if they do bring me a deal, a property that I'm interested in and I'm buying it, of course he's going to get his commission. I'm not going to be signing any long-term contracts when I am selling a property. I usually give them a month. So far everything is good. Only one property I had an issue with not selling within a month. But if you do have that option, then you can turn around, and if the property is not selling for whatever reason, you can always go back and get another agent to work with you. And then you don't waste your time. Some agents want to have a 6 months to a year contract. And now if they're not able to sell your property quickly, then now you're stuck with them for the whole term, which could be 6 months or a year. And then you're going to be waiting for that long until the contract expires so you can go and get another agent. So that is it for realtors. Thank you for being here on the show. Please remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell to get notified when there are more shows available. And if you would like to have more information on how to start investing in real estate, please visit my website at www.aracelihernandez.com. Thank you.